All right, what's up, boys? How you guys doing? You need to see Adam's timeline drama incoming. Wait, really? Drama incoming from Fnatic Adam? Okay, let's see. My season so far. Oh my God, wait, this is recent. Oh my God, this is 9 minutes ago. I hadn't refreshed yet. Okay, now I've refreshed. All right, here we go. I guess we're jumping straight into this one. This is hot off the press. 9 minutes ago, Adam released this. Hello, everyone. It's finally done. I won't be playing in Fnatic next year. I'm obviously very sad to come to this point because, unfortunately, it was not necessarily the thing I wanted the most. The rumors that it was me and me alone who wanted to leave are true. It was me and me alone who let Fnatic know my intention to leave the team. First of all, I want to... you have to know that my split at Fnatic was not the easiest one from a sporting and extra sporting point of view. Wait, what does that mean? Like competition point of view? In and outside the game. That's such an extra way to say it. If I hadn't had Niski, Yamato, Pete, Fab, Chris, and especially my girlfriend, I don't think I could have become the player I am today. Overall, before talking about the team, I personally consider that I did an incredible split, and yet the conditions were not necessarily the most optimal ones, sincerely. Damn, bro. Like, that's tough. By the way, before we get into this shit, I'm the GOAT, and shit sucked over at Fnatic. I am the GOAT, and the situation wasn't even optimal at all. Respect. With hindsight, I realized that joining such a lineup while being a rookie is probably one of the most double-edged choices, and fortunately, everything ended up pretty well. Since we still finished second in the LEC, and I want to repeat, second in the LEC for those who like to trash us on our performance at the Worlds, for getting our performance during the whole split and playoffs. True, they did get second. The most alpha thing I've ever read in my life. We qualified for the Worlds, my first Worlds I will have done in 19 years old. I will have done it 19 years old. Very happy. Yeah, first Worlds in 19, really big. Nevertheless, dude, when I was 19, Worlds didn't even exist, all right? Like, that's the boomer technology we used to work with. Nevertheless, it doesn't change the fact that my experience at Worlds will not have been the best thing that happened to me. Only on the sporting level, I mean. So only in game. Upset announced that he had to leave for urgent family reasons 12 hours before our first match. So we had a meeting at 11 p.m. the night before, and our first match was at 11 a.m. I let you imagine the atmosphere of the team 12 hours before our official start of Worlds, with only 2 scrim games with Bean that were finished in 10 minutes each. Between us, there's absolutely nothing legal in Upset's... Between us, there is absolutely nothing legal in Upset's departure, and his departure is totally unjustified, at least until he says why he really left, because until today, Upset just left to join his girlfriend because she felt bad to be alone, and maybe I'm wrong, who knows? Oh, nah. That's no way. Nah, there's no way. Those were the last words he said to us before he left us one day before the Worlds. Of course, after the Worlds, I asked for details, but apparently he didn't tell anyone the exact reasons for his departure. There's nothing urgent because otherwise he would have told us. And personally, I don't give a damn about the privacy reason. When we all worked hard for 1 year to reach the World Championship, knowing that even management of Fnatic still doesn't know. Holy. So he's saying that Upset's departure, Upset leaving, and not playing at Worlds was, in his mind, just because his girlfriend was like lonely, or his wife was lonely. So Adam is pretty much putting Upset on blast, and now Upset pretty much has to, like, if he wants to have legitimacy, he's gonna have to probably come out with whatever happened. That's crazy. I'm not trying to create any drama. Well, you just did. I'm just saying some things that I have in my heart since the end of Worlds and that are still unanswered. Things that had to be said sooner or later. That's it for the little parentheses. Now that Upset is gone, we have to deal with it. Maybe we could have made it out of groups if everyone had managed to keep their spirits up from the beginning of the competition, but unfortunately not everyone was really mentally prepared to handle this situation and deal with it, along with all the potential personal problems that can arise and create even more in your head when you're already in bad shape. Believe it or not, but our Worlds in general will not have been joyful from the beginning to the end. Far from it. It was hard, but we still managed to go until the end, to stay together and to give everything we had in the second week. We will have finished our adventure without any regrets. This is awesome. Damn, this is crazy. I am surprised he's going all out like this. So he wanted to leave Fnatic. From his perspective, the Upset leaving the team was completely bullshit. Like, yeah, it would never be legit for your girlfriend to just be lonely and then to leave Worlds for that. That would never be a legitimate excuse. Like, that would be not respectable at all. I would assume that that's not, like, I don't think that's what happened. because I can't imagine that ever happening, but that's what he's claiming, at least. Now we come to the post-Worlds moment. After Worlds, I tried to have explanations about Upset's departure as said above without answers. After that, I was seriously thinking about leaving Fnatic. Then came the Perks and Alphari rumors. When I learned the Fnatic was trying to replace me, I honestly felt like a betrayal. And that's when I definitely wanted to leave this team. But it's not over yet. Indeed, Perks had signed before Alphari, which left Alphari without a team. To my great surprise, Upset tried to recruit Alphari behind my back, of course. I later learned that after the Worlds, he was already trying to change the top side, including Niski. I also learned later that I mean, dude, this is like, obviously from his perspective, he's like, dude, this is like a backstab. This is really f***ed up. I mean, I just think Alphari is significantly better than Adam. So like, if you're trying to win, this is just kind of how esports is. Like, I don't think that this is as bad as he makes it seem. It's like, dude, he was trying to recruit Alphari behind my back. Bro, yes, he's not gonna go to your face and be like, yo, like, we still want you on the team if we can't get Alphari, but if we get Alphari, we're gonna replace you. Like, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. That's how esports is. I mean, Alphari is just a better top laner than Adam. So I also learned later that the bot lane in general didn't want to play with me anymore and was looking for a veteran type of top laner. Of course, afterwards, I went to see Upset to explain myself, and he let me understand that I was not up to his ambitions. Damn, he was not up to his caliber. I mean, I don't even think this sounds really bad the way it's written, but I actually have no problem with this. I have a problem with this. Leaving for your girlfriend is an issue. I have no problems with you trying to make the best team possible. If you have a player who in your mind is not up to par and you don't think you can win championships with them, I think that trying to replace them, like, if you can get the top side of Humanoid, Alphari, Razork, and then you have Upset Hilly, like, I feel like that's just the team that you would want to play with. If you have the choice between that and Adam, Niski, like Blippo still jungle, whatever, or maybe you just put in Razork, I think that the Humanoid Alphari lineup is just way more promising. Even if you don't want to replace Niski, like, I would say that Niski was the second best mid laner in summer. I would say Humanoid was the best mid laner in summer by a decent margin, though. So he's probably the one that you want the most. And then Alphari, I would just say you'd want no matter what. I think that any team would want Alphari in Europe at this point. Obviously, I have no problem with the situation. Oh, okay, good. But because it just gave me, obviously, I have no problem with the situation because it just gave me the opportunity to do a short time in less than optimal conditions for me. Wait, what does this mean? And allowed me to, okay, I think I understand. And allowed me to evolve a lot in a short time. I totally understand that players with big ambitions don't necessarily want to be patient and have to teach the game to newcomers. I left because I was treated like by the management. Oh! And even the players of the team. Oh, he's going in on management too. But I consider that I played a very important role in the success of Fnatic during summer. It's not for nothing that we managed to go from 5th to 2nd place in the space of a split. But people tend to forget that. And when you're a rookie, you don't have shit to say. When other people have like 1,000 times your say in everything related to team building. I don't know. This is like coming off to me a little bit like he thinks he was more important in the run than he was. I thought he played better than expectations, but I think expectations were pretty low. I would say like the main reason I thought Niski was going God mode every single time he got TF and whatever else. I mean, Upset Hilly were super solid. I mean, I would still probably say he was the worst player on the team, but I think that it's fine that he was the worst player on the team. I think he was decent. I have very good memories of my adventure at Fnatic as a whole. It just ended in a very unfortunate way, but I left because I could not support what was happening or what happened. Of course, a big thank you to everyone who followed me during this short adventure. Love you all, and I really mean it. Everyone who supported me. You are all amazing, and I've been reading all your messages, even though I didn't reply to all of them. Trust me. See you next season, I promise. # we love Niski. Dude, Niski's just a good dude. Niski's a good dude. How could you hate Niski? The Upset thing isn't the truth. It's kind of fucked up. Well, I mean, it could be not the truth, but what Adam believes, right? Because Adam is saying that he doesn't know why Upset left. He's not saying that Upset definitely went to go see his girlfriend. He's like, I tried to figure out why Upset left. He wouldn't tell me. No one would tell me. So I'm just assuming that his girlfriend like was lonely and he just wanted to be with her. That's what he said. So like, if Upset then comes out and was like, yeah, actually, like someone in my family was like sick and like they were like dying and I wanted to be like, then if he says that, then maybe he just didn't want to share that with the team. Maybe he thought it was like too private or something. I mean, there's a bunch of things that could happen. Like, you can't speculate too deep, but you understand like the point of that can be Adam's perspective, and it can also just be like not what happened. I want to know more about this. I've left because I was treated like by the management. What did the management do? That's a crazy line to throw in there, and that's a fucking damning line. I mean, dude, as a company or as a pro team, you never want to be known as like, yeah, we treat our players like, or like one of our players thinks that we treated them like. That's crazy. especially in this age of League, bro. We're not in 2015 where you could like have horrible living conditions and it was just acceptable because the scene was so new. Oh, okay. So Rich is saying, I think this seems pretty base. So Rich said, upset situation is something super difficult for management to articulate to players without violating upset's privacy. I understand why players would be annoyed, but I don't think Fnatic trolled this one. And you should know, I of all people would tell you if they did. This guy loves shitting on Fnatic, bro. This guy loves shitting on Fnatic. He hates Sam Matthews. So I think that this is really important to me. Just knowing how Rich is and how much he likes to shit on people that do wrong shit, especially Fnatic. If he's saying that it's legit, it's probably legit. How does Rich know what happened? I mean, you could probably find out what happened if you're within the scene. He's also somebody who manages players. Like he's an agent within the scene. So agents normally are pretty well informed on stuff like this. If Yamato says it's serious, Rich is tweeting like this, and like Upset said it's serious, I'm on the side of like, it's probably serious. All right, Upset. Privacy, assumptions, and my thoughts. This is Upset's Twit Longer. There's a reason I do not want to share personal things, especially from the people closest to me that I love with the public. Me sharing information with people from the team that I cannot trust at a deep level who can turn against me and share my personal life with the people that want the worst for me and my family is something I never want to do. Makes complete sense. I shared the situation with Yamato, and I intended to do the same with Hillsong because these were the people that I felt I had a genuine trusting relationship with that would not use my weakness and vulnerability to create a situation that could be even more hurtful in such difficult times. I don't want to have to expose anyone close to me to people saying terrible things about things that happen in their private life of my family because I know how fast people in this industry can spread such information. There will always be people online that will try anything to hurt you and the people around me, and it is my utmost priority to keep that from happening as much as I can. I believe everyone has the right to privacy, and I could not tell, dude, this is, I gotta zoom in on this. My boomer eyes can't take this. I could not tell people I don't fully trust what the situation is. Hilly knew me well enough as a person and how much I care about competing that he did not even want to know anything. And I know people like Yamato and Hilly are friends for life. Regarding people writing things about my wife has been by far the most sad and hurtful part for me and her in this. She would never ask me to leave Worlds, and she has been nothing but supportive. People attacking her based on assumptions when they do not have any insight are really the worst, and do not think for a second that there is a real human and that what you are doing is just very hurtful and disgusting. I understood that not being open with the private life of me and my loved ones could lead to mistrust, and I would understand if people would not want to play with me, but purposely assuming things with bad intentions is really the lowest of lows, and I will restrain myself from talking about my experience working with Adam. But I am honestly shocked he would send this much hate and abuse towards the direction of my wife without knowing anything because of his personal frustrations. Saying the last thing I told my team that my wife is feeling bad so I need to leave is an outright lie. I shared with the team the deep pain and sadness I was going through in this time. I shared that I wish I could tell them if it was about something that happened to me, but that I have to keep private traumatic events from my family or of my family private because it is difficult enough to deal with the hardships life brings. There is no need to have the most toxic environment of social media and people that hate you the most target you with exactly these painful hardships. 100% agree. 100% agree. I'm at the point where I've said a lot of stuff publicly, but I wish I told people less about my private life after seeing how it was. Like, that's the reason why my relationship with Kelly is like so private. Like, I mean, you guys didn't know I had a significant other for like 6 months after we had been living together because I know what it is. I fucking had a personal relationship where I broke up with somebody and a whole narrative was perpetuated against me on all social media that I like cheated on her or she left me and that's why I was like lashing out at people and like I was going through some extreme pain because like no one would ever want to like be with me, like some like crazy shit like that. Like I dealt with that myself and I was like, you know what? There's no positivity that people bring into your relationship from the outside. Like the value of your relationship and the happiness and all that stuff should come from inside of that relationship. The only thing that people are going to bring into that is negativity. People are just going to say random shit, and then if your relationship ever goes bad, it just becomes a whole drama. It just becomes a whole mess that you don't want to have to deal with. So I completely get this. I think this is completely fine. And as long as Upset told Yamato and the coach knows that it's serious and he can relay the severity of the situation to the other people that are in the team, I think that should be enough. I don't think you need to know every little thing that happens. All right. Anyways, I have a right to privacy, and especially I have to protect the privacy of the people closest to me, even if it could mean that someone would not want to play with me or an organization would choose not to work with me. I work extremely hard and people know me. People around me know how much I care about this. So assuming petty reasons, once again, from someone inside the team, not talking to me directly about it, now acting like everything was okay when we talked and saying something like this, it's just shocking and disappointing to say the least. Imagine the terrible things that can happen to you or in the life of your loved ones. Would you like to read about it in Twitch chat or messages on social media making fun of you with bad intentions? And I also expressed feeling sorry leaving the team in the event, especially with not being able to share. But how can I trust the people that I do not have a very close personal relationship with, not to spread the information if I share everything that happened during this time? Makes sense. Poorly written, but it makes sense. On a completely different note, Alfari asked to speak with me after initiating talks with Fnatic due to our history as teammates and friends, which of course is a natural progression for any player looking to join any organization. Fnatic management take the decisions for what players to sign, and I was simply asked to give feedback on someone and speak to them. To no one's shock, I wanted to be surrounded with players that I believe will make the best team. I have been as transparent as I can be with my teammates in this postseason. I said this when I read this like 8 hours ago. That makes no sense. Like people being like, I was like harmed by my organization. My organization wronged me by trying to replace me. It's like, no, bro, it's a business. Like that's just how it works. Like they don't need to tell you if they're looking to replace you. I feel very emotional with all this, and I understand his frustrations very well, but how should I trust people with the most personal things if I do not have a close relationship to them and the trust is not there? Just because we are teammates does not mean I can trust you with my life, with the life of my loved ones, if you've shown me zero reason to believe so. And with all this, I think the point is very clear. I'm sure that there are a lot more things to add, but I wanted to share with the hope that less people are using this situation to do hurtful things and understand my point of view, and how everyone has the right to privacy and should not be judged so harshly based on pure bad intention speculations, which he admits are just speculations. Also, him saying he does not give a shit about my privacy because he worked hard is another great reason why I would never want to share something with which occurred. All right, there it is. Makes Upset look even worse, IMO. How does this make him look worse? I mean, he's pretty much denying that it was like his girlfriend missed him. Like that doesn't seem right to me, dude. Like as soon as I saw that, I didn't think it was right. I don't think that somebody like Upset, who's been playing pro for 5 years, would have his girlfriend just miss him and be like, oh baby, I'm coming back. How could you miss me when I have like world championship to attend to? No, that does not sound like Upset. That does not sound like somebody who's worked their ass to get to Worlds. Like I can tell you, I went to Worlds myself. I only got to play once. Upset might only get to play once in his entire career. Who knows if he'll even make it back to Worlds again. I just don't believe that it was some high school or like middle school, elementary school level. Oh, she misses me, I need to go back. Like this does not read like that to me.